Brodes Media.
You can't start the second half that way. There is a reason why a lot of us have had trouble buying it. It's because of nonsense like this. I was happy for about maybe 8 seconds during these 3 games. 8 seconds total. When Kyle Schwarber hit the grand slam and when Bryce Harper gave you added insurance on Saturday night so you didn't have to sweat as much as you thought you did when Matt Strahm came in the game to close it all down. Other than that, the fuck is wrong with this team? First inning, Kyle and Trey Turner get doubled up. Second inning, Otto Kemp gets a leadoff double and stays on second base. No outs! What the hell are you doing? Yo, bottom of the order, wake up! Third inning, Bryce Harper doubles. Guess where he stays? Right at second. And Taijuan Walker gets exposed as well. We're still starting Taijuan Walker. How? How is that humanly possible that we are still sitting here watching him throw? And he's going to make his next scheduled start, by the way, so it's not going anywhere. You lost a game when Bryce hit 2 home runs. Why? Well, Luzardo's getting shelled again. We need MVP Bryce. But the scary part is, it looks like we're getting it, and you're losing series to the Los Angeles Angels. So now, the concern is, when you have the special elite superstar, you're so flawed that it's irrelevant. Yikes. I don't know what to expect from Ranger either. Was his rough start just a product of being human? And having some extra time off and throwing him out of rhythm? Or are we getting the second half, of Ranger Suarez? His next start will be very, very telling. But that changeup, the mislocation, the left side of the plate, 8 feet off the plate. The only person he can ever strike out, if that's the case with that piss-poor location, would be Nick Castellanos. Everybody else, let me take my free passes, or let me get a single, multiple hits off of them in a row. And here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to blame the ump behind the plate. Because with that at-bat with Mike Trout, there was a 3-1 pitch. Pitch 5 in the sequence, in my opinion, was a ball. The ump called it a strike. And then the full count pitch, there was one that was questionable, more of a strike than a ball, but they allowed Mike Trout to get the free pass. Now everyone's complaining because the inning got blown up, or the Phillies got blown up in that inning, and it was all nasty after that. Oh, the Blue screwed us. He bent us over and he rocked us. No. Pitch 5 was a ball. So it just extended the at-bat. But the end result was what the end result should have been. And shame on me, by the way, for just minorly throwing in the double play with Kyle and Trey on the bases. That is dumb baseball. Dumb baseball. Never seen a dumber baseball team in my life than this baseball team when it comes to running the bases. You know, Nick knocked in Bryce in that inning for the Phillies to take a 1-0 lead. Could have been 4 rip, right off the rip. Instead, game gets closer than it needs to be for a while there. What are we doing? What are we doing? Allowing back-to-back bombs. Taijuan can't sniff a decent outing. In game one, I'm watching the bullpen and Tanner Banks leave one right in the sweet spot of the zone. That gets taken out of the ballpark. For a while there, the Angels are out slugging you. Sad. Just absolutely sad. Now what? Well, you got David Robertson. Woohoo. The 40-year-old savior. We'll see. Worth the risk? Yes, unfortunately. You are leaking that much oil all around your roster that bringing in a 40-year-old guy who is hanging on for dear life is worth the swing. We'll take a big swing on it and see what happens. Here's what can't happen. This can't be your thinking. Okay, now that we got David Robertson, we can apply pressure to go get a bat. No. It's another bullpen arm and a bat, and they both need to be of value. You're in a bad spot. See, what happens is when you lose this ugly, the screaming turns into, you must go do something now, Dave, to fix this. I go, ooh, I don't know if you can even fix this. And I don't believe in any of these prospects because, quite frankly, Stott and Bohm were the prospects that I believed in last, and I'm getting burned big time. Stott can't even get in the lineup consistently over a utility player in Edmundo Sosa. Bohm hit the IL, and I have no idea what to expect from him whenever he does return with that fractured rib, because last year, when he was actually performing at a high clip, he returned from an injury and was a shell of himself, let alone a season where he wasn't even an all-star, he wasn't even at the top of his game, and now he's going to come back from fractured ribs, which I believe there was a misdiagnosis involved, because he got hit by a pitch before the all-star break. And now Rob Top's like, oh, yeah, we got some stuff done. And, well, we were playing San Diego, but we didn't see anything. And we thought maybe he'd be okay. And then he took a hack in this series. And things look bad. And now he's hitting the IL. Or you didn't do the proper steps in San Diego. You didn't do the proper steps before the All-Star break. That's my guess. If I'm going out on a limb, I'm saying they were not prepared to actually diagnose Alec Bohm the right way. But now you're playing auto chem. Look, even here's what's crazy. Max Kepler can't get in a game when it's bases loaded, Johan Rojas up against a right-handed pitcher. So Romano can't pitch ever unless it's the fourth inning or fifth inning. And Max Kepler can't get in over Johan Rojas with the bases loaded against a righty. So now Dave Dombrowski has to find a Romano, find a Kepler, and then also do what any team would do when they're in the fight and in the mix at the deadline, and that's get talent. So he has to do his job in the offseason at the deadline and then do the traditional deadline move. Physically impossible. Physically impossible. And that's what scares me about this whole thing. Not that giving up players is going to scare me because now Justin Crawford or Aiden Miller or any of these guys are just going to be flat-out studs because no Phillies prospects are flat-out studs. I'd feel better about it if, let's say it's Brent Rooker who signed for a long term and you have stability with him for a while. Guys that have a lot of team control, then it's not just about the right now and we're going all in and we're pushing our chips in the all-in basket for this season and this season only. It's we're building to continue success with a Brent Rooker, with a Mason Miller. I'm just using those names as an example. I don't believe they're going to go get a bigger fish until I see them go get a bigger fish. I think they're just going to get a nice player or two. because I'm listening to John Middleton, and he sounds like a loser. John Middleton spoke. We got audio of it, and I'll play that for you in just 1 second. But it reminds me of when Dave Dombrowski spoke after the NLDS, when the fan base was hurt, when the fan base was broken, when the fan base didn't want to hear any BS, and Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski are like, oh, you guys are clueless. We're in a great spot. Look at our foundation. Look at how strong we are. We're going to be okay. We just got to get hot at the right time. Don't you worry about it. And we're going, what? You're the biggest fraud in history. We're not stupid. Are you seriously trying to piss on me and tell me it's raining? Go scratch. Go screw off. Let's listen to John Middleton.
Really good. And one of the things people have to realize is a bullpen in the regular season is an entirely different animal than a bullpen in the postseason. If you go back to, I was talking to Dave about this about a month ago, and he said, John, and I think it was 06 when the Tigers, which he was running, played the Cardinals. He said, the Cardinals bullpen was very mundane, very average. He said, we weren't concerned about it at all. And then they put Adam Wainwright in the bullpen. And overnight, it turned into a really, really good bullpen. And so you think about it, we only need 3 pitchers, and we don't need our 4th pitcher until the 4th game of the division series, right? So you need 3 pitchers, and everybody else goes to the bullpen. And you're going to have people in the bullpen who are now starting pitchers first. You might see people up. I could see Abel coming back up if he's not up before that for some other reason. I could see Abel in the bullpen, coming down at 97 miles an hour with a really good curveball. Painter might be up here the same way. So you never know.
Does that sound like a guy with urgency? Does that sound like a guy who wants his damn trophy back? Or is that a guy saying, we're not in that bad of a spot?